everyone, you're welcome back to Mentor Ish. My name is Timi Tokwefake. Now, today we'll be talking about the topic less talk and more action. Now, I've realized that there are two kinds of people. One, the kind of persons who always talk about their plans. Now, I have a number of friends who tell you, oh, they want to do this, they want to do that, and they genuinely want to. However, over time you ask them, oh, how about this thing you spoke about? And then they tell you, I changed my mind or something came up, right? I mean, I am your friend, so I understand. But a lot of other persons might not understand. Some people begin to feel like you have integrity issues, that you cannot keep to your words. When you say you want to do this, you cannot do this. Honestly, anyone who is my friend knows that I am a very private person. I do not talk much. I do not share my plans with anyone. And I think I got that from my mom because she always taught us to be as private as we can be, right? But that's not a shade to anyone who talks about their plans. Now, I understand that for a lot of people, this is actually a problem for them, which is why I am talking about this topic today. Now, the second group of persons, which is a class or a category I used to fall into, was the category of persons who do not voice out their plans to everybody, but then talk to themselves, tell themselves, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then you find yourself not doing it. Not because you don't want to, just maybe because a lot of other events, overrode your plans, and it was just as a result of things beyond your control, right? So the essence of this video is to let you know whatever class of person, of these two persons you fall into, this video is to help you know how to take more steps, more of actions, and do less of talks. So I'll be listing out some plans that you can take advantage of and, of course, become a more actionable person. So my first advice that works for me is make some commitments. One thing I've realized now is when I say I want to do something, I just make some commitments, right? For instance, I say I want to take this course. I just make part payments, right? Or I want to do this. I want to start sleeping early. When I get back from work, I limit screen time. I go to bed. Okay, I want to start going to the gym. I have a very busy schedule. I cannot return to the gym, but I work out at home. What did I do? I bought a gym wear, right? Taking steps for me makes me feel like, okay, this plan is achievable. It makes me feel like it is actually something I can do. And it makes me feel like, oh, I'm already onto something, as opposed to feeling like, oh, this is something I'm going to do later. Because I found that personally, if I do not take steps when I am feeling it, if I want to take those steps like later, the zeal might have fizzled out and I might just not be interested in it anymore. So for me, the first step I would say is make some commitments. Take a step towards your goals. So my second point is know your why and visualize it. Now, one thing I do is I now have a vision board. I mean, an actual vision board where I have all of my plans stapled on. Always visualize it, because when you visualize it, it reminds you of what it is you want to achieve. It can be something as little as your phone screensaver. My phone screensaver is currently something that I want. So every time I pick up my phone to check anything, that's the first thing I see. When I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I see. And then it reminds me, oh, this is what you want to achieve. This is what you want to get. So always have a plan for yourself. Know your why and visualize it. When you know your why and you constantly visualize it, whatever it is that you constantly say, it seeps into your subconscious. And when it seeps into your subconscious, it becomes a reality to you, a reality waiting to manifest. So my second point is visualize it. Visualize your why. Now, the third point is set a goal and set a timeline to it. Now, your goal has to be a SMART goal. Now, what that means is it has to be specific, it has to be measurable, it has to be achievable, it has to be relatable or realistic, and it also has to be time bound. A lot of persons say, oh, I want to do this, and then you want to put yourself on this unnecessary race, and then when you're unable to achieve it, you feel like, oh, I'm tired, it just did not work out. Look, you still have a long life ahead of you. You can have a 10-year plan, you can have a 5-year plan, and then take them in bits. For me, I have a long-term plan and I have a yearly plan, right? Fine, you break down your yearly plan into monthly plans, weekly plans, daily plans. It makes it easier. So when you know, okay, today I want to take this step, I have to do this because this would drive me closer to my goals. Not only does this help you to stay aligned and motivated, it also helps you to achieve what it is you're trying to achieve, as opposed to just working blindly, not having a goal or not setting a plan for yourself. When you constantly work on your goal, you can tell yourself, if you have a very busy schedule, you can tell yourself, okay, 4 days of the week I want to do this, I want to achieve this. 3 days of the week I want to do this. Personally, I recently included working out into my schedule. Now I know, not sometimes I come back from work, I'm really tired, I can't work out. So what I do on those days is I take a walk, 15 minutes walk, 20 minutes walk. I mean, that's something. Brisk walk is a form of exercise, right? So you have to have a goal and walk towards it. Now, my fourth plan is you need an accountability partner. Because here's the thing, you can't be all and know all. You're human, you're not a robot. Sometimes you get tired. Sometimes it might just be your emotion. Sometimes you just don't even feel like it, right? But because you have someone that you're accountable to, you want to keep going. You have someone who constantly checks on your progress. Sometimes your accountability partner might even fine you, if you don't keep to your words. And then the fact that, or you have some form of punishment or something if you don't achieve what it is you were trying to achieve, it also puts you on your feet like, okay, I need to do this, right? And also because you don't want to disappoint the person. And gradually, the more you do that, you build character, you build resilience, and then eventually what it is you're trying to achieve finally becomes a habit, right? Something that it becomes almost impossible for you to tear off. So you need to have an accountability partner. Now, my fifth and final point is start small and start foolish. Now, the reason why I say start foolish is because sometimes you have ideas in your heads. It's just an idea and you feel like it doesn't make sense. Write it, pen it down either way. It doesn't have to make sense. Write it down, and do not only write it down, implement it. Start with what you have. You do not have to say, okay, I have to have these gears before I get started. Start with whatever it is you have. Start small. When you start small, eventually you begin to see things you want to improve on, how you can tweak things, to become better. And then over time, every other thing begins to align, right? So it is important that you start small, and permit me to say the word, start foolish, because it's just an idea in your head that you're trying to materialize. But it's not foolish, actually. You are the only one that probably thinks it's foolish. So that's why I titled today's topic, Talk Less and More Action. And besides, don't you even prefer to have results and then people are surprised, you're wowed, as opposed to you telling everyone your plans and then you do not even go ahead to fulfill it? Or maybe you even fulfill it. It doesn't even come as a surprise to them anymore. It has lost the surprise factor, it has lost the wow factor, right? Talk less and more action. Let your action, let your results do the talking for you. And trust me, people would envy you, people would respect you, and then people would love you, right? Not like you are craving for people's love, but you understand what I'm trying to say, right? So that brings us to the end of today's topic on mental ish. I hope it was helpful for you. And please like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't, right? Share this video, and I'll see you next week where we'll be talking about another interesting topic. Bye, guys.